What up, it's Durag Dog. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and we're going to be reacting to Paternity Court, which is a judge court like Judge Judy, where they find out who the father is. And yeah, let's just jump right into it.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello?
This is the case of Moore versus Scott.
Thank you, Jerome.
You know, whenever you watch a show like this, the police officer is always a guy by like Jerome or like James or like a typical name like Mike. It's never like a guy like Vikram or like Giuseppe. It's Jerome James, and they're normally like this similar build, look exactly the same. I don't know, I just find it funny.
Good day. Mr. Moore, you came to court today to prove you are the biological father of 4-year-old Aliana.
I mean, based on just what they look like, they have similar sized foreheads, so I'm gonna assume that he is the father of this child.
You and your current girlfriend claim the defendant has played on your emotions for 4 years and has allowed another man to raise your little girl. You are desperate.
Yeah, that is a man who really looks desperate to get his child back. He looks like he just ate like 7 edibles and smoked like 4 blunts before coming in, and now he's like in an alternate dimension and is like trying to make sense of everything. He's like, why am I here? And he's like he's like, whoa, dude, like, yeah, I'm trying to get my daughter back, and bro, like, I don't really know how to do that, so that's why I'm at paternity court in front of the world. Yeah.
It's doubt to rest so you can finally be in your daughter's life. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Scott, you say you are positive Mr. Moore is not your daughter's biological father. Once the test proves you right, you want Mr. Moore to leave you and your child alone. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Moore, you say you've always believed Allie is your daughter. Tell me why.
Yes, Your Honor. I've never seen a...
Alright, this is no disrespect, and I'm not trying to offend anyone who, like, this is their occupation. But who the hell is a forklift operator? Like, I never knew that was a job. Like, I thought, like, in the realm of construction worker, you're a forklift operator, but, like, you're a construction worker, and then you can use a forklift because you're a construction worker. But, like, who, like what construction company is going out and going, construction worker that can use a forklift? Nah. And it's just, like, you went to, like, forklift operating college. got like a scholarship, an academic scholarship to forklift operation college. Just imagine that.
You've never seen her,
a day in my life.
but you're convinced she's your daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why hasn't he seen her? If he feels that way, why hasn't he tried to see her?
I've tried to see her, Your Honor. She balked me all...
Alright, I'm gonna say this. This guy looks like the Black Slenderman. I mean, he's wearing all black. He is dark skin. And, like, he's, like, the most lanky guy I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, if he went out, he could literally go out for Halloween and just dress like that, and people would seriously ask if he was the Black Slenderman. And if he said yes, I would totally believe him.
The nature of your relationship, Miss Scott?
We met on a dating site. He was kind of like an escape plan for something that I was going through. So
An
I wanted
escape
to,
plan?
Yeah.
Escape plan.
So
Alright, I'm kind of on the younger side, but, like, what the hell's an escape plan? Like, normally, like, an escape plan is, like, you hook up, you have sex, and then you leave. But it seems to me that you were, like, in a, like, legit relationship, and a legit relationship enough for you to have sex unprotected. So, that doesn't seem like an escape plan, unless, like, I mean, this is really throwing it out there, but, you know, you had sex to get child support. I'm not saying that's what happened, right? I'm not jumping into any conclusions, but, I mean, what, like, escape plan? Like, an escape plan is like, you're trapped in a burning house, but there's a way to get out. Or, like, you're getting robbed, but there's a way to get out. That's your escape plan. Not, oh, I just broke up with this guy. My escape plan is that I'm gonna say I'm dating this guy. Like, no, that's just bullshit. That never, ever happens.
hey, I wanted to get away from that. So, you know, I kind of led him on. I wasn't trying to pursue nothing, you know, be no family or anything with this man. We met together. He asked me to move in with him. I moved in with him. We maybe stayed together.
You know, these TV shows are just, like, the people on them are so stupid. It, like, pisses me off. Like, I understand, you know, like, oh, maybe if you just wanted to have sex a few times, you could do that, and, this is none of my business. But you can't say, I wasn't looking for a committed relationship or nothing like that, and then 2 seconds after you just said that, you said, you want to move in with me? And then I said, yeah, and then we had sex, and he could potentially be the father to my kid. Alright? That doesn't seem like nothing, right? And if that's nothing to you, then what's something? You're 45, you have 8 kids, and you're living in, a suburban house. Like, come on, let's be honest.
Faithful during that month, or you all were only seeing one another?
I was currently in a relationship.
They should have just named this video the black Katerino has baby troubles, because that's what it is. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand. How can, you move into a house with a guy, have him pay your bills as well as you, obviously, but, like, eat food with him, probably sleep in the same bed, and be seriously going out with another guy? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, some people are just so stupid. It, like, pisses me off.
Dan.
Once we moved in, I mean, we just kind of, we was hanging out and, talking, and, I was kind of, playing the role as if I wanted a relationship with him. And, we had, during that time of us living together, we had sex a few times.
This literally is the Katerino situation. Like, I can't believe how innately, close this is. It's like she almost watched this episode of Paternity Court and said, you know what? I want to do this to other people, and then did it. Other than the fact that the child part, I mean, like, she was like, oh, I was pretending, he was my escape plan. I was pretending to be in a relationship. If you're pretending to be in a relationship with someone, you don't have unprotected sex with them multiple times. Like, I just don't understand.
There was a torpedo coming at my face.
Personal injury court cases everyone's going to be talking about.
I understand this might be like a serious thing, and like injury court might be like an actual thing. I don't know. But like, who wants to watch that? Like, the fact that there might even be a market out there for that is like disgusting to me. Like, why do you want to watch crippled people sue possibly other crippled people because, they're physically paralyzed, or, they have like an artery or something? Like, the fact that like that's a thing is like the grossest thing. Like, that's Dr. Pimple Popper 10 times worse, because there's no good outcome. Like, at least some people think Dr. Pimple Popper's satisfying, and I could somewhat agree with that, but like, that is like the most vile thing. Like, whoever like sits down and watches that and goes, oh, sweetie, you want to watch this with me? She goes, yeah. And you're like sitting there and you're watching these people with like broken everything, sue other people with broken everything. Like, that's just like disgusting to me. And the fact that they showed that in like an ad is like, ugh, ew, like, ew, ugh, ugh. I'm like, gag. Ugh, sorry.
Calculator. So, when was Aliana born?
April 25th.
April 25th. Okay. If I hit calculate,
I could just not stop laughing about the conception calculator. Like, there's a calculator during math, and there's like, like scientific calculators, and then there's like a conception calculator. Like, imagine she's like walking down the street, and there's like this woman, like, she's like, you are the baby daddy, you had sex with me, the conception lines up. And like Laura Lake like walks up, and she's like, well, I have my handy dandy conception calculator right here, and I can tell if he's the father or not. And whips it up and is like calculating. She's like, is this a 4 or an 8? And she's like, it takes her 15 minutes. And then he goes, you know what, just to save us from this pain, yeah, I'm the baby's father. Like, I'd rather be the baby's father than listen to you try to figure out how to work this calculator. Just like, imagine that happening in like a situation.
Online.
Right.
You hadn't met in person yet.
No.
Until
August. Until July. We moved in together in
I think the black man in the back just had the reaction that we all just had. Like, you can't say, oh, we didn't have sex until August. I mean, she just whipped out her handy-dandy conception calculator, so it would make it so much easier, but you lied. You met in July in person, and the guy in the back was like, what? Like, like the meme where, like, the guy, like, snaps his head, and he's like, what? Like, that's what that guy just did, but in like, time frame. I mean, I'm like frustrated. Like, this is like, oh, I don't know. It's so funny. I know this doesn't relate to the case at all, but I just love the guy in the back. I mean, like, they should just do a compilation of just the audience members, and, like, that would be 10 times more entertaining than the court case. Because the problem with the court case, and, like, there's funny moments, but, like, the people that are normally in it are just, like, don't know how to articulate what they're saying, and they just get caught up, and the judge is smart enough to, like, you know, call out them getting caught up in their, like, argument. It's just like they don't feel like they're like they can come up with stuff on the spot. They're always like and I know I do that, but I can articulate what I want to say even though it might take me a bit. So yeah, I mean, they should just do a video of just this guy in the back of him, just his head motions, and I would honestly watch that, like, wouldn't even mind.
Make efforts to have some type of relationship built with them too.
Alright, this guy must be high. Like, there's no other explanation. No way, you know, you might gain a child. You might have a human life that you brought into this world that might be yours. And no way you look that, like, emotionless. Like, I would love to see, obviously, I wouldn't wish this on anyone, but I'd love to see, like, if it's like when his mom dies, like, his reaction. Like, would he just be, like, so dead that he'd just be like, you know, like, his face? Because, like, you might gain a child, and, you know, you would at least have some emotion, whether it's frustration or, you know, like, emotion. And, you know, he's, like, dead. I mean, he's literally Slenderman. Like, not only, like, body type and stuff, but he's also physically, he's Slenderman.
Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Moore versus Scott, when it comes to 4-year-old Aliana, it has been determined by this court. You are the father.
Well, if this shows you anything, it shows you two things. First off, the DNA, the paternity calculator is never wrong, alright? The paternity calculator is never wrong. I would bet my life on the paternity calculator. If you're in ever need of trouble, DM Laura Lake. She'll get you a paternity calculator, and you'll be set. You'll know the baby's father and everything. It'll give you everything. Also, I love how emotionless, you know, the guy is once he figures out that this is his daughter. You know, it's crazy to me. Like, you know, you brought this human being into the world, and you show some emotion, but, you know, you think you'd show more, whether it's happiness or sadness. You think you show more emotion. Like, she's at least, like, crying or something. But also, it's like, you know, like, there's no point to lie about something like this. It doesn't make sense to me that, you know, she lied, and I don't know what she gained out of it other than, like, maybe she just didn't love him. But even then, you know, there's people that, like, are married and, you know, the woman or the man has a kid from a different relationship that you, like, kind of can, like, that can become your dad and, like, not really be your son, you know? So, or daughter. So, you know, I really don't understand how this video worked out. I hope everything worked out for the best. But yeah, this has been Durag Dog and reacting to the Black Katerino of Paternity Court. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. And yeah, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. See ya.